This is your boy Truthit of Truthit in the Morning. Applaud that. So we might as well just get into it right now because this is what we need to be getting into. Let me first just say, one of the most despicable human beings to ever live, and no, I'm not talking about Hitler. I am talking about the one and the only Chris Brown. First, let me just start this off by saying, Chrissy, and yes, I'll call you Chrissy, any man who puts his hands on a woman deserves to get their teeth knocked out. You put your hands on Rihanna. Let's just start there. She caught you cheating, which is whatever. And in return for her destroying your phone, you decided it was okay to play punching bag or shadow boxing with her face. Then you started dating Karrueche, and thankfully, since Karrueche is a ride or die, she didn't let the world know that you were kicking her downstairs, punching her in her stomach, because of course you didn't want to punch her in the face, because that would be proof of your physical abuse on people. And then, no, yeah, it's true, he used to beat her in her face, like beat her in her stomach, and he did that, he kicked her down a flight of stairs too. And even his neighbors used to complain about Chris Brown beating Karrueche. Then, young Chris decided to put out a video on Snapchat or Instagram. Look, man, I'm that type of dude. If I can't have you, no one can have you. I'm going to chase that dude, and I'm going to chase you, I'm going to stalk you, and that's just the way it is. Once you mine, whatever. Oh, please go to hell. Yeah, basically. I boo him too. So now what's going on is that Chris decides anybody who likes Karrueche's Instagram pictures, which is a public thing, you publicly put pictures on Instagram, and people, if they like the picture, whether it's because of her or not, you're supposed to like it. Well, Chris Brown decided he was going to become the Instagram police, and any male who liked her stuff would have to see his hands. Marquise Houston got threatened. Soulja Boy, it almost got to the point where they were going to box and fight in Dubai, but then Chris punked out of that one for whatever reason. He's the one who backed out of that, not Soulja Boy. And if you saw Soulja Boy's training and Chris Brown's training, I don't know why he would back out of that. That would have and should have been an easy win for him, but he decided he didn't want to do it. I guess because Soulja Boy was too masculine for him to hit in the face. Like, yo, dude, look, man, listen, I would fight you, but you're a man and you're not a woman, so these hands ain't made for you. I guess that's what happened. Whatever. Well, now the story continues. After it came to light that Karrueche was being beaten by Chris Brown, she decided to get a restraining order against him because he was literally threatening that he was going to kill her. And I quote the old adage, the common phrase, the things that you say that a psycho says that makes you have to get a restraining order against them. If I can't have you, no one can. So that's where we're at now. Chris Brown has told Karrueche, if anybody, and I mean anyone, finds out that I find out that you're dating anybody, I'm coming for you. If I can't have you, no one can. And I guess that's what he is, what the situation is. Which leads us to our story today. Chris Brown is angry, feeling like he was stabbed in the back by Quavo from Migos, a man he thought was a good friend until he started dating Karrueche Tran. Now, mind you, wait, let me do this first. Mind you, when he started dating, after Karrueche put the restraining order from him, that means that she wanted to be completely free of Chris Brown. She moved on with her life. She was starring in some show that she's doing on some of them obscure cable channels. She's doing her thing. She's moving on from Chris Brown. Chris Brown apparently hasn't moved on, even though he's had a child with someone else. So, anyways, this guy Quavo from Migos, Bad and Boujee. That one, He's been seen dating Karrueche. We don't know if they're actually a real couple, if they're dating or anything, but he has been seeing her out on dates, and Chris Brown is upset. He had both a business and personal relationship with Quavos, inviting them to his home, collaborating on songs before Migos hit big, and supporting the group by attending multiple promotional parties. Chris is livid that he actually helped promote Migos' recent hip album, Culture. At the same time, Quavos was secretly seeing his ex-girlfriend. The key word there is ex, and she's not yours. Chris believes that it's no coincidence that Karrueche got a restraint order against him at the very same time she started getting tight with Migos rapper. He believes this was orchestrated by both Karrueche and Quavos to be clear the decks, clear the decks so they could date without caring they would make him look like a chump. Before Chris Brown found out the two were dating, he did an interview with Billboard and called Migos my real friend and brothers and said, "I will never hate on you people." Well, I guess things changed because he hates on them now. No word from Migos yet, or no words from Karrueche, and I don't expect him to have a word because they don't have to answer him to Chris Brown. And I would definitely like to say that this is a shame on Migos as well. To quote the very famous song, "Ooh, ooh, these haters on my body, shake them off." The phrase is that I ride for my guys. That's the bro code. And you trying to sleep or mess with your homie's ex-girlfriend is violation of the bro code. But at the same time, Chris, it's hard to feel bad for you, and it's hard to make you seem like a sympathetic figure when you beat up women on a constant basis. You've been accused of pulling a gun on females. You've been accused of, you beat up Rihanna. You beat her face to where it's almost unrecognizable. You've kicked Karrueche down the stairs. And mind you, with all of these things that Karrueche has said you've done, you have not denied them. So it's hard to feel sympathetic for you, Chris Brown. I do think that someone like you, a person who rapes a woman and beats a woman, deserves the death penalty, in my opinion. I think I'm going to try to push for that law to happen because it's just one of those things that is a difficult chance to heal from. And I'll dare say this. No, I won't say it. But a woman, especially when she's in her early 20s and up, even in her teenage years and up, it takes most of their lives to actually heal from that. And more often than not, they don't heal for some of the things that you've done to Chris Brown, done to women, Chris Brown. And for you to say, if I can't have you, no one can have you, that puts her in constant fear because she decides to live her life the way she wants. And how she wants to live it is without you, sir. So please, kick rocks. This is your boy Truthit. Take a break. Be back on Truthit in the morning.